Kayleigh McEnany joins me now, formerly the press secretary for President Trump. Okay, let's break this down a second. What could Biden hope to get out of this? Best case, what can he hope for?
Well, what he's hoping to do is communicate, remove these troops from Ukraine. If you were to invade Ukraine, there will be crippling economic sanctions. In return, Putin's expected to say, I don't want Ukraine ever joining NATO. These are both really non-starters, or the latter's a non-starter, I should say. But two interesting pieces of reporting came out just before coming here. CNN has half a dozen sources saying there are contingency plans to withdraw U.S. citizens in the event that Russia were to invade. So that's in the event, and that's not necessarily right now, but that's pretty extraordinary. And most extraordinary was Jennifer Jacobs from Bloomberg reporting also, apparently, the United States is saying Germany pull back Nord Stream 2 if Russia was to invade. That's extraordinary because Biden green-lighted Nord Stream 2. So they're coming up with all sorts of contingency plans behind the scenes.
But that's all if Russia invades Ukraine.
Yes, exactly.
He hasn't done that yet.
No.
And he won't be in a position to do that for another month until he gets his 175,000 troops.
Yes, and
we don't know.
We don't know, and we don't have firm intelligence, according to the reporting, that they know one way or the other at this point. But we do see the troops building on the border.
What worries me is that our president looks weak.
Yes.
And that's not a good thing. No American wants the president to look weak when faced by hostile dictators like this. But I worry about that.
Yes. And look, you know, Russia, they don't look at words. They look at actions. And when they looked at the Trump administration, they saw 60 Russian intel officers taken out of the country. They saw the consulates closing on the West Coast. They felt the sanctions. And with Biden, you know, they see green lighting of Nord Stream 2. We'll give you a list. Don't hack these entities, which is a tacit, okay, but maybe go for these, or at least that's how they perceived it. So very different sets of actions from the two administrations.
Got it. Now, Vice President Harris, she's facing an exodus of staff. Two former staffers slammed her for the toxic management style. What's the end game here? Because people are losing confidence in the vice president. I don't see what you do about this.
Yeah, totally losing confidence. This is a big problem for her, and she's had staffing issues going back for 2 decades. But when you start to lose popularity in the way that she is one of the least popular vice presidents in history, according to polling, that's when all of a sudden the disgruntled staffers start to chirp. We see a bunch of them leaving, but now they're outright talking to publications about the hostile work environment. So the key takeaway here is be nice to others, because it's really coming back to bite Kamala Harris in this case.
But she cannot be the presidential candidate in 2024, not with this background.
No, I think those days are done. And the West Wing, they're apparently whispering about Pete Buttigieg either in 2024 or 2028. So I think even the West Wing has kind of moved on from Kamala Harris. Can she recover?
Yes, but wait a second. If something happens to our president, God forbid, of course, but if something does happen, Vice President Harris is the president of the United States with this in the background.
Yes, and absolute total incompetence. She just is not. One of the interesting parts about the reporting that her staff has leaked is that she doesn't read the briefings, and then when things go poorly for her, she blames the staff. So that level of incompetence, you're exactly right, is one heartbeat away from the presidency.
Yeah. All right, I want to move on to your book. The title is For Such a Time as This, My Faith Journey Through the White House and Beyond. Okay, you've faced a lot of challenges in your life. I know you personally. I know the challenges you've faced. And you're a Christian.
Yes.
Christianity has taken you through the challenges?
Absolutely. I mean, the low points, look, it was really tough being in the White House at times. There were tough, life events like President Trump getting COVID. I got COVID. In my personal life, there's been challenges having the BRCA2 genetic mutation. But what's so interesting is no one wants to go through those challenges and the trouble. But in fact, it's Christ that showed up. And I hear from him most palpably through other Christians sending me messages or Bible verses, often that match during a time of trouble. And it's those moments where I really feel like my faith is most strong. So.
You never brought that out as press secretary to the president. I never heard you mention that at the podium when you were answering all those hostile questions.
Well, I wore my cross, and you didn't know there were tears in the White House press secretary's office, too. I was so nervous to take the podium the first day. But that's what I mean. When Vice President Pence looked at me and said, I've been praying for you, and told me Philippians 4:13, which I had tweeted, there is a lot that goes on behind the scenes. So the product we put forward in front was only made possible because of the prayers of many across the country.
Put that book up on the screen again. Por favor. Let's have a look at it again. Well, the title is?
For such a time as this.
For such a time as this. Katie, that's a wonderful thing. And we will be watching you 12 noon today on Outnumbered on the Fox News Channel.
Yes.
No, that's my name for the show.
Yes.
Ambush.
I'm going to say it one day on air. Welcome to Ambush.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
No, you can blame me, of course. Katie, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Stuart.